I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart wants to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone.
Let me grab the song back up. It's been like that all day today with everything electronic. Sorry about
Well, let it go. It's okay.
I love my little fish.
that.
Ah,
Everything
oh,
electronic
well,
is in rebellion.
hi there.
Why?
Oh, glory.
That was wild. All I was doing was posting to remind everyone to click the like button and share out the live, and then everything shut down.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh. Mercy, mercy, mercy.
How have you been, Father Fish?
But I've been okay. I'm doing
That's
okay.
good.
I just got aches and pains, but nothing nothing problematic.
Hey, that's good that it's not problematic.
No, we're doing okay. Oh dear. I got thrown off balance there.
Yeah, it throwed all of us off because I'm still not even sure
Really,
how I got kicked off.
really. Christian B. Chew is here. Hello, Chew. Ken Jacobs. Who else is there? Aquabotany TV. Who's
Just
that?
epicness.
Nora Martano. Nora Martano. Stella Red. Brian the Pro. Marie G. Oh boy. And just
Right.
happiness. I don't know. It's been a strange day. Stella Red's here. Let's say
Hey,
hi to Stella Red.
hey, Taylor.
I was about to say good morning, everybody, but it's probably not quite morning.
It's morning somewhere.
That's true.
And now that's a true statement. Hey, I just wanted to tell you a horror story I had the other day.
Oh no.
I was putting up this little 10-gallon tank.
Oh,
It's just going to have some shrimp in it, what have you. But I put the dirt in, and I made a little tray that's the same size as the aquarium and an inch deep. So I knew I had the right amount of dirt, and then I filled it up twice with sand, so I knew I had the right amount of sand. So I put the dirt in, but I put it in dry, and then I got it moist while it was in there. Well, I think I got a little too moist when I started putting the sand in, which was wet because I had just rinsed it. The sand was sinking through the dirt straight to the bottom.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, little too wet.
So this morning I just added some more sand on top of it, so it's getting pretty full now. Not much room for water and such, but
Right,
shrimp don't need
right.
much room.
Yeah, that's what that happens. I remember I did a video once. I was just kind of throwing it together. I mean, literally, I was throwing things together. I don't know what I was doing exactly or why. I think I was showing that you can't mess it up. No matter how whacked out you are, no matter how careless, you can't mess it up. And I wound up way too much water in. So I got my net out and I dipped up dirt in the net and wrung it out into the bucket and dumped it back in. It was just I think I got rid of that video. I got comments.
So
I got comments on that for years.
not your best memory though, was it?
Well, it was kind
So
of funny.
anyhow, I don't see him right now, but my favorite shrimp lives in this tank, and he's just about exactly clear with black splotches on him. He just looks really interesting. And I keep saying he because I'm fairly familiar with shrimp, and gauging by their size and what have you, how old they are and whether they're male or female. And I just
Right.
knew he was a young male. And if I could find him, I would show you that he's a very pregnant young male. So I got that one wrong.
Well,
It happens.
He had been living over here. This is one of my prettier shrimp tanks.
That is pretty.
and you got a
And they're
load of
just-
shrimp?
All total, I'd say there's probably more than 20 in this tank. There's about a dozen blue ones in that one behind me. There's a tank in there that has like about 40 yellow ones in it. So yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, we've had a funny kind of experience with shrimp. It took a while to get a stock built up, and we finally did. That's a pretty bed. That's what a Christian.
It came from a local guy here in Madisonville.
Pretty better. So anyway, we finally got it built up, and I listed them, and we started selling them. And I never looked at how many we were selling, but we got 2 or 3 people who got back to us because the shrimp didn't make it, and I just felt like I think there were 3 in like over a period of a couple of weeks. And I figured that was just a lot more that I wanted to have happen. So I had it taken off, and the gal who's managing the store said, you're getting a lot of sales of shrimp. And I said, yeah, I know, but we're having to replace an awful lot of them. So and then I looked at it today, and we're selling about 100 a week.
Holy smokes!
I know.
And not running out.
Well, we're close to running out. I mean, they're getting thin.
Okay, when they get my yellow ones, when they got going, I don't know if there's any difference in the colors, but holy smokes, the yellow ones are really going to town.
Hey, that's good to know. I can't wait till my yellow ones start producing.
Yeah, the yellow ones went wild and followed by the blue and then everybody else. But see that rock in there? That's really cool. It's a fossil. It's fossilized barnacles.
Oh, that is
I just dug that up in the backyard one day.
Is that right?
And got it cleaned and put it in here, and the shrimp picked it off pretty good. And I swear I'm waiting for some of those barnacles to open, because it just looks like they could still be alive.
Yeah, it's a cool looking rock.
It is.
But it's been, man, it's been a weird couple of weeks, months, years. But I'm starting to be more joyous. How's that?
That's wonderful.
That is.
I think it's so critical to do that. You know, I've got a lot on me, and I get anxious sometimes. And I was praying about it, just telling the Lord, you know, really, you need to take this off of me, take this burden off of me. And he said, I will make your latter days greater than your younger, which is the promise he made to Job. And
Yes.
I felt the robe of the role of Job so often in my life that it was a real blessing. And I don't worry anymore. It's in the Lord's hands. He's taking care of things. If it didn't go on the way I think it ought to go, it's not my problem.
I can't wait to go back and watch this little bit because you know, a lot of times the pictures on these StreamYards or what have you, mine never looked real clear, but AT&T was nice enough to tell me that I had to get better service because mine wasn't going to work anymore. So that happened today, and it is a lot faster, but I don't know if that's going to equate to better video.
Well, it looks
Pretty
good.
clear.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Well, that is good. Good to know. Yeah, these
there's
yellows.
really no blurring.
That's good. This is a cheap phone, and it's been through the mill. I mean, and this thing, I can't believe it. Any time of the day, all the coolie loaches are out doing crazy things, and as soon as you pick up the phone,
Gone.
you'd swear there weren't any in here.
Right?
Yeah.
It always works that way, doesn't it?
I'm a little behind on hair grass and glass cleaning on this side, but like I said, I've been trying to get happy again, and I'm almost there.
Look, amen to that. Amen to that.
There's a little guppy fry up on the top there. That was meant to be lunch for one of these angelfish, but they never bothered to eat it. Now it's big. Yeah.
No.
Right.
I really thought there's an Acara in here. I thought for sure he would eat it.
Ah.
Oh, and it was funny because I put a couple to fry in here every now and then if I catch a spare one over in the community tank. And one of the angelfish bit at one and missed. And then it went into this big routine where it was making sure no one else could get to it until it could get lined up to bite it again. I mean, fish are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the old one. This one's 100% father fish, my original.
Huh.
And it's been through some hard times itself, but right now it seems to be doing really good.
Yeah, looks okay.
And there's that Madagascar lace. It started coming up and then it just petered out and stopped.
Yeah, they're funny plants.
I don't want it to be funny. I want it to be big.
I know. Take it out and put it in the refrigerator for a week.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought about doing that with myself once last week.
Yeah, right. Put it through a cycle.
You know, it was so hot all summer, so hot for so long. And now it's as beautiful as can be outside.
Oh, I know. It's really nice. Where are you located?
Western Kentucky.
Oh, my. Yeah, pretty out there. Bluegrass country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if you've never seen bluegrass or you're not familiar with it, it it even takes me by surprise sometimes. I'll run up on a little patch of it growing in the yard, and it looks like somebody poured motor oil on it. It's so dark.
It
Yeah.
does.
Neat stuff. All
I
right,
was
hey,
in Appalachia. I went to college in Appalachia. In where in the world was I? Corbin, Kentucky, south of Corbin, Barberville.
Barbara, that's a rough part.
Are we
Well,
losing?
we just lost him. Ah.
Well, we've got a few questions.
All right, let's do. This is crazy night. Crazy,
It is.
crazy town.
It's been crazy all day.
Crazy town night. Ah. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Hold on a minute. Let me
Okay.
get Book Mouse. Let me get Book Mouse a wrench here. Moderator. Who else we got? Carrie Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Carrie. Moderator. Turn you blue like Kentucky grass.
Mm-hmm.
Only not as dark. Carrie Book Mouse, 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 Carrie Book Mouse. All right. John Tucker. Hey, John. Joseph Ariondo. Ken Jacobs. Doompa. Book Mouse. My cat refuses to drink fresh drinking water. Only tank water and flower pot water. Yeah, I know. I had a cat like that.
And that's one of the questions that was actually asked by. Let me see if I can get the question up. Why did it
Megan.
unstar it? Well, I believe it was asked by John Tucker. He was wondering if it's safe for his cat to actually drink out of his aquarium. So it looks like a lot of people, their cats really just prefer to drink aquarium water.
Well, let's see now. Let's examine this a little. Cats eat fish, right?
Right?
Fish drink tank water, right?
Yep. Makes
So
sense.
fish drink tank water. It's just doing what comes natural.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think about wild animals living in nature. Where are they finding water to drink?
Wherever
They don't
stream.
have a spigot. There's no spigot.
Mm-hmm.
They may be fortunate enough to be around a stream or a creek, but by and large, they're drinking from a pond.
Mm-hmm.
Some standing water somewhere that may be very green and full of bugs. You know, they got half of their nutrition drinking water.
Probably do, no joke.
Well, the reality is they build up an immunity to whatever kind of pathogens
Mm-hmm.
are in the water naturally, normally. So they don't get sick from drinking water that would make us sick because they've got a gut that has seen worse.
Yeah, they can handle it. What would kill us, they survive and thrive on.
Well, and the reality is we would too. If we were living a natural life, if we were, like living like a primitive native culture, we'd be drinking water from the creek
Mm-hmm.
and it would not make us sick.
Yeah.
We've become far too delicate.
Right?
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take, it's weird though, because in our delicacy, we create symptoms that we treat with toxins.
That's very true.
It's absolutely true.
It is.
Most medication are one or another kind of poison,
Mhm.
such that if you overdose, you threaten your very living existence.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when you read the side effects on prescription medicine. It is scary.
Well, that's because it's loaded with toxins. I
Oh,
mean,
it is.
it is our, for as sophisticated as many aspects of medicine are, the pharmacology is very, very primitive and based on little more than a highly technocratic, I was going to say witch doctor, that's the wrong term. Um, Natural, what? Who are who are the herbalists in primitive?
Apothecary?
No, in primitive cultures.
Hmm.
What are they called?
Maybe
I was
shamans? Would
no,
shamans or medicine woman?
no. No, I was
No.
thinking about it today. The medicine man,
Mm.
the medicine lady.
Mhm.
They were people who uh, had passed down to them the lore of natural plants, basically. Brenda here in our shop is very deeply um, schooled in natural herbals, natural plants and herbs and so forth. And she makes all kinds of salves and ointments, nothing gastric, nothing particularly to swallow, but lots of things to put on scratches and bites and wounds and dry skin and so forth. And it's all rather pleasant.
It is.
And
Like
I don't
I
put any of
love
that.
her creams. Her
Yeah, I
healing
use a
salve.
lot of it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
helps a lot. And so does her pain salve.
All right, let's see what Nora's got to say here. A search for videos, still don't know the answer. How do I add beach sand from a freshwater tank? Very, very simple. If there is a beach, an actual beach, I don't mean a sandbar that's coming up out of the water a little bit and then turning into farmland. I mean a real beach that like on a barrier island that comes out and forms dunes so that the whole barrier island is sand. What you do is walk from the water's edge up out of the water and go as far as you need to go to get above the tidal range. And if you don't know what that is, then you need to go there when the tide is high. So you know how far up the tide comes. Go up above that, collect the sand. Up above the tide, the sand is washed by the rain. So it's going to be clean and it's not going to have any salt in it. It'll be pure sand dune sand, in other words. Sand collected above the mean high tide will be dry, it will be clean, it will be perfect without doing a thing to it. Well, other than getting the cigarette butts out of it.
Right.
So there is that. Whose phone was that?
That was mine. Sorry about that. I probably need to put it on mute.
Um,
It's scam likely. So
all right. So
it looks like
very simple. Yeah, just collect sand from up on high. Collect sand from up above where the tide reaches it, and that'll be just fine. Now, if you cannot do that, the reality is there's such a small amount of salt in that sand that it really is not a concern at all. All water has a little bit of salt in it, unless it's pure spring water. But basically, hard water has minerals in it, and minerals are what make salt water salty. That's what salt water is. It's water with minerals in it. It's not water that's at a salt shaker. God doesn't have a giant salt shaker that he shakes into water in one place and not another. That ain't the way it works.
that was good.
And on and on. All right, I guess we're gonna entertain Jacob here.
Okay, sounds good.
Where'd he go? Hey, Jacob.
Hey,
Oh, hey, how you guys doing?
good.
Okay, how are you?
Doing good. So I just checked out today. If we look back here, see where my white Tetra is. If you look back here, she's back here guarding her whole shell. She molted her whole shell, her top and her back, her whole back. So she molted successfully.
The crayfish.
Yeah, see her back there? She's guarding it.
Ah, well, she's soft at this point. If
Yeah,
you
she's
could, yeah, you can pick her up. She'll be very soft. It takes about a day for them to get a little crusty, and then about a week to get fully hard again.
nice. Look, and then my little see-through guy, look at his big stomach. He's got a big old stomach.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
It's a
got a
shame though.
belly
I
of
lost.
water.
It's a shame I lost the other four. They're glass catfish. It killed the other three, and only one.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're hard
Right.
to keep.
I was reading an article recently that said they're very unpopular. I think they're pretty cool. I've had them a few times, and I think they hold up pretty well. I think I've sold
Yes.
them all.
And then my keyholes. The male looks this way, and then the female will look this way, like they're locking each other bodies together. It's pretty cool. There's the
Oh, that's
female,
funny.
and then the male's back there behind. I think they're actually trying to spawn, but I think they're too
Well, it could
young.
be, yeah, that could be just pairing up.
Because they
That's
really hang out together a lot, and that's really cool. Because he used to bully her, and now he's just really kind to her.
huh.
See, she keeps her color. She's nice, healthy.
Yeah, they're such
They
a
look
nice fish. We set up a little 10-gallon tank with four very young ones in it. They'll have to come out of there eventually, but right now it's a perfect size for them. They're about half an inch long. They're real little.
Yeah, I remember when mine were real little, probably about like that, about an inch.
Yeah.
And then I still
Ooh,
got big old blue ram's horns. See, there's one.
Yep.
It's not. I can have snails, but they're not overpopulating everywhere now because I don't give them a reason to overpopulate everything.
Right.
And I
That's
got
an
all these
old
bugs.
boy.
It is. I got bugs constantly on the top. It's really cool. Yeah,
Looking good.
That it
nobody's
is.
getting fin nipped. Nobody's getting harassed. It's actually really perfect. Look at this. See, I have the light on. Look at this. There's no buildup. Nothing. Look at that. And to say that we can't do this, that's absolutely wrong. That's absolutely wrong. If you just teach the beginner proper guidance like you have done, this is a little bit of a difference that it truly makes. This is what you really look forward to. Not them setups that they try to force you to set up from the store. That teaches nobody nothing. This is where you get success. Look, you're using natural things to be a part of that system. That's what's really involved.
You go, Jacob. That's right.
Yes,
Seven
And
it
there
is.
it
months,
is.
no buildup. And I've done tested it in my old 55 and I fed that system every single day. And if you do beginner mess ups to this system, it will result in it. It shows it to you. This system is
Yeah.
built for anybody to do, but you need to be kind with it. You got to know what you're doing because the little bit that you think you're doing correctly could be actually resulting in things starting to foul in the system, and you don't catch it the correct way. I did it all, and I learned it fast just by following you and understanding everything that you're trying to get out there for people to truly understand. I got it. I did it. Hands on. It is the best system. You can't deny nothing in it. Nothing.
Yeah. Good man, Jacob. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you,
y'all.
Jacob.
Thank y'all.
Bye for now. Jacob the man.
Yeah, his
There.
his tank has improved so much. It's amazing to
Yeah.
see that transformation.
Yeah. Absolutely has.
Mhm. Well, we've got another question.
Oh, gotta lighten my water dark brown. How can I lighten my water dark brown? You mean your dark brown water, or you want to lighten it to dark brown? Never mind. Can't see my plants or anything well. I water my dirt plants. I'm standing on top of dirt. I'll tell you what happens. This comes up fairly regularly. When you create when you're setting the tank up and you dump the dirt in, it is absolutely critical to level the dirt to make it all one even all the way across. No little hills, no rigids, nothing like deeper in the back than the front. None of that. It needs to be dead level, perfectly flat. Then you put 2 inches of sand on that. Now, if you want it sloped to the back, once you've done that, you can add more sand to the back. But don't try to do it with the dirt. Because what happens is, let's say you have a little some some waves, some up and down in there. And then you add the sand, you add 2 inches of sand. Well, that's fine for the lower sand, but suppose there's a mound in there that's about an inch tall. That means that mound only has 1 inch of sand on it. And you may have a mound an inch and a half tall, so it'll have only half an inch of sand. That happens more often than you might imagine and results in people's tank getting very dark and murky because the dirt's working its way through the sand too easily. However, the fix is very simple. Could not be simpler. Take a hammer and hit the side of the tank hard, put it out on the curb, and start over. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, don't do
No,
that.
you may feel that way, but don't do that. Father Fish has a better way. Better than taking a hammer to the tank is to add another inch of sand to it. You haven't got enough sand, so add a little more sand. Can't have too much sand. Saves you have to use a hammer. N4279.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Actually, I did
All
have a
right.
question.
All right. Is that your question? That's your question, right? Is that the one you want me to answer? Is that your question? Am I getting to it, or if it got lost? Well, you're gonna have to ask Dina that.
It's right here.
Oh, hello. How many, if any, celestial pearl danios can I keep in a 2.5 gallon since they're very small? It depends on the 2.5 gallon. I mean, actually, it depends entirely on the 2.5 gallon. If the 2.5 gallon has an inch of gravel and 2.25 gallons of water, I would not add any celestial pearl danios to it because they're too hard to come by. And they're much too nice a fish to be treated that way. If, on the other hand, you have a delightfully established father fish tank full of plants with a dirt layer of about 1/2 inch and an inch of sand and a pack of stem plants in there, I would add, well, just starting out, I would add 2. Put 2 in. Just 2. Put 2 in and then sit there for a week and watch them and see how they do. If they do well and they're still alive and healthy and happy in 2 weeks, put 2 more in. Now, you can keep doing that until you can't see from the front to the back of the tank for the numbers of fish in there. Theoretically, that's absolutely true. You may not want to do that. You may want to stop adding 2 every week at a given point in time. For now, you don't know what that point is, do you? And so you're asking me to tell you how many to put in. But you see, that's completely up to you. If I told you put 14 in there, would you go out and buy 14 pearl danios and put them in the tank and then curse Father Fish for the next 5 years for killing all your pearl danios? Would you do that? Some people would, and some
Yes.
do. All of these kinds of questions are yours to answer. There is no rule book that says how many fish to put in a tank. It depends on the tank and on the ability of that tank to sustain the life of the fish in it. And you don't know what that is until you're doing it. And then you learn. You want to maximize, but you also want to not get so many in there that it becomes a struggle for the fish to avoid each other, to find enough food or air or enough oxygen in the water to be able to breathe, to have the water become so um, laden with nutrients that the fish struggle to survive. You want healthy, happy fish. So when you reach a point where you have enough, you're happy with it, and the fish are happy, don't don't at that point say, "Yeah, but Father Fish says I can have 14 and I only have 10, so I'm going to get 4 more just to prove him wrong."
The sad part is some people will do that. That's what's sad.
Oh, I hear about it all the time.
Mm.
I do. But you said, but you said, but you said, but you said, I did exactly what you said, and you didn't work right. You did it. I did everything right. I did everything exactly like you said I'd do it, and I did it, and it messed up. And it's your fault because I did everything you said to do. Everything. Did you remember to put sand on top of the dirt?
Right.
Well, I didn't have any, so I used gravel instead. Yeah. Yeah. You think you're so smart, Father Fish. You don't know nothing. Nothing. And I know it all because I'm smart and you're dumb. So there. Um, I think you may be a terminal case. You are hereby cut off from any further communications. Actually, I don't. When I get that attitude, I just ignore it and give them time to settle down and get some sense in their head. It's the ones who are hateful, cruel,
Mm-hmm.
and are trying to hurt people. Those are the ones that get banned from my site. And I do it zippity click. I don't try to rationalize, don't try to talk with them. When somebody is being deliberately ugly or hateful, I don't want them around. Take it somewhere else. You don't get to be here. And that's maybe harsh, but it keeps the peace in the family.
Right.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably have, out of the 300,000 subscribers, there are a good 100 that ain't here no more.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, YouTube saves the list of everybody who's banned. There's a banned list. If you go into, oh, I don't remember where it is. So somewhere in that chart, what is it? I don't remember. Anywhere, there's a list of everybody you banned.
That's cool.
My list, I have a big list.
I was supposed to say you probably have a really big list.
I really do. It's more than 100, I can tell you.
Wow.
It's probably 200 or 300.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, somebody will come to me and say, I really feel bad about the way I acted. I really would like to come back in and be part of your group. And I'll go through that list until I find them. It's not alphabetical, it's chronological, I think. And when I find them, I'll take the ban off and let them back in. And when they and then when they forget and go back to the way they were, they get banned again. I just
Right.
really, I used to try to talk people through it. Used to try to engage in dialogue. I don't do that anymore because the people doing that are 12 to 14-year-old little boys who are just so full of piss and vinegar that they're out to be as nasty as they can possibly be. And it doesn't matter what anybody says or anybody does, that's what they're going to do. So they get the boot. And if you're 42 and acting like a 12-year-old, you're going to get the boot. Like that. So we don't need to talk about that no more. I'm sorry. There was no intent to insult you, and that was not my intent. You just got me wound up. That's all. What is this? Now, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
What does that
Yeah.
supposed to mean?
Actually, it's for this question right here. Let me write down the timestamp real quick.
Some got under 10 Betty. A what?
Yeah, she sent me a text and was saying that it's for a
Okay.
video clip.
All of the STEM plants, all of them are under $10. In point of fact, there are very few plants that are even $10. Some of the big ones, like the big swords, or some of the rare ones, even the Buse, I think, is under $10. I'd be some of the big swords are more, but the giant Val is like, I don't know, $5. Some of it's $2.50. We have very, very inexpensive plants, and that's deliberate. We compare prices with everybody else selling plants. Now, we're not trying to be the cheapest because we wouldn't be able to stay in business if we were. We got to make enough money to pay the help. Thank you, help. No! But we are below the average price on everything. And we try very seriously to have a very high quality. Now, this is interesting. I got an email from a customer this week who lives not far from us, so a few hours drive. Ordered plants. We ship them. We're shipping everything now, second day air, 2-day air through whatever it is. Yeah,
Pirate ship.
no, through UPS, United Parcel Service. Well, the way that works, everything goes to a central depot, everything in Kentucky. Now, this is true of FedEx. I'm not sure it's true of UPS. I know it is of FedEx. And then they distribute it back out. So if you're from California and you're shipping to Seattle, it'll go to Kentucky first and then go out from there. In any case, with second day air, they move it to a depot and the depot ships it out to a local station where it gets delivered. That's basically the system. Well, this worked perfectly with a glitch.
What was the glitch?
So the guy got his plants. He got them within 2 days, 3 days actually. We shipped on a Friday. He got them on Monday. UPS does not work on Sunday. So that's a lost day. 3 days. Plants should be fine in 3 days. Should not be a problem at all. They came in melted. Just the box was hot and they were good as dead.
It's horrible.
So he said, "You guys really don't know how to ship plants. You're terrible shippers. I really like what you're teaching. I like it very much. But the reality is, you're terrible shippers." Well, we ship 500 packages a month on average. Of those, about 1% fail, about 5. We have about 5 a month that fail. Now, that got up to about 10 with the Postal Service because they kept losing stuff. And it would take a week, 2 weeks, or even longer to get delivered. So we switched over to 2-day air, which is a reasonable service. And it's pretty much 2-day air. Now we can get stuff to California pretty much in 2 days. So anyway, the guy got his plants rather in 3 days. They were melted. He was you guys are really stupid. You really don't know how to ship. You need to stop doing it. You're all the time doing this and it's a mess. Just stop shipping plants and stick to what you know. So I looked at the tracking on it, and it showed that the plants arrived at the local depot at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and they were put on the truck at 5:30. They stayed on that truck, which was out. This is Monday, temperature Monday, in the area where this guy lived was in the 90s all day. In a bright sunny day, 90 degrees, sitting in a truck that is not air conditioned, that is closed in on 3 sides. Well, on 4 sides, truthfully. When the door is closed, it's closed in. He has air blowing on him, but there's no air conditioning in the back. So it gets hot. Those plants stayed in that truck from 5:30 in the morning until 6:45 that evening when they were delivered. This is a box marked perishable. They sat in a hot truck for more than 12 hours.
That's insane.
Impossible for any plant in any kind of packaging to survive that.
Yeah, there's no way.
You'd have to have styrofoam 4 inches thick
Right?
full of ice packs, and even they would be melted in 2 days,
Mhm.
3 days. It would cook, and of course it did. So he said, I want you to keep the money, don't refund it, make it a donation, and just get out of doing this shipping thing. So I sent him back a note explaining what happened and offering, thanking him for his generosity, but offering to replace the plants. Wouldn't you know, I got a response.
Yeah.
It was so bitter, so angry, so hateful, demanding a refund and accusing us of stealing from people
That's horrible.
from our utter incompetence. Well, I decided, I looked at that, I read it, I deleted the email. No longer is on my server. The original one is there. He's going to take the next step.
Yeah.
And if he accelerates this, then I will simply ban him, which won't make him unhappy at all, from ever being able to have anything more to do with the channel.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe he's just having a bad day. Maybe he's drunk. Maybe he's got some kind of mental illness. I have
Yeah.
no way of knowing.
Mhm.
I mean, what do you do? So there's no way to deal with that. I thought I'd give him a chance to cool off. If he doesn't, I'll simply refund his money and block him from being able to ever put another order in.
Mhm. Sounds like a
I
good
won't
plan. That's all you
refund it.
can do.
Yeah, if somebody's unhappy and asks for a refund, I will offer to replace, and generally that'll be fine. There's some people that just go off. Something happens and they go off. And I try to kind of tone the thing down and offer to replace, and that usually mollifies them, and we're okay then. If it doesn't, then I just refund it. It's 1% of the business. 1%. One out of 100 don't work for whatever reason. If I can replace it, if they'll let me replace it, I do it without any question at all.
Mhm.
And I'm happy to do that. I want people to be successful. I want them to get something nice. I have spent years working in the professional tropical fish industry. I know exactly how to package plants and fish. I do it professionally. I've done it for years. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I buy quality products, spend a lot of money for them to make sure it's done right and done well. I have trained staff who are trained to package these things. Every single step of the process is accounted for, is trained and taught. And they don't make mistakes, very rarely. Sometimes something will be left out. Well, it happens. When it does, I ship it out right away, whatever it is. I make it good. 1% of the time, things get messed up. Don't assume that because your order got messed up, that the other 99 people had orders that got messed up as well. Read the comments, read the results. We have feedback on Shopify. A lot of it, A whole lot of it. 99% of it is 5-star. Count it, look at it. Do the numbers yourself. 99% is 5-star. Every once in a while, we'll get 1 star because something messed up. We make it good and they fix it. All right. One other thing while I'm on the subject, we made a change recently. We discovered that last month we spent, I'm not going to say how many, but a number of thousands of dollars in shipping over and above the shipping fee that we collect.
Wow.
A big enough number that it set us back. All of a sudden, things were real tight. Now, this happened because we got a large number of orders from the West Coast and from Texas, like a really substantial number. And those cost more than it costs to ship locally. So we made a decision. And the decision was to simply set it up so that whatever it costs to ship the box to you is your cost for shipping.
That
So
makes
if
sense.
it's $5, you pay $5. If it's $50 and you still want it, you pay the $50. Now we're going to lose some sales because of that, because shipping can be horribly expensive.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
shipping is horribly expensive. It's not cheap. It's certainly not free. The only way we can provide free shipping would be to dramatically increase the cost of our goods and services. Dramatically. So a $25 order that's costing $20 or $25 to ship, it's not a good deal. You probably ought to order a little more. If we give you any part of that, then we're paying you to buy from us. And that was happening. And it was happening with some regularity. We couldn't do that and stay in business. So we had to pass on the actual cost of shipping. Now, second day air is not what any of the big fish houses do. They do overnight. And it's $50 to $100 overnight. We're not doing that because we're able to pack out a quality packing that will last, even fish, that will last for 2 to 3 days without stressing the fish. 5 to 6 days is too long for plants. Most fish can survive that. I have shipped fish all the way, halfway around the world. I've shipped fish to all over Europe before 9/11. I shipped fish into Hong Kong routinely. I've shipped fish to India, to Egypt, to Israel.
Everywhere.
I've shipped fish all over the world.
Mhm.
Rarely had a problem. Only when it got tied up and lost or held up for a week or 2 weeks was there a problem. So,
And Megan, she was curious if you could talk about the new bundles we added with plants and dirt.
yeah, we did something that a lot of people have been requesting. And I think it makes good sense. we because many people are setting up their tank brand new, they need to buy plants and they need to buy the substrate. And we were getting these orders pretty regularly of people buying like a 50-gallon bag of dirt or 75-gallon bag of dirt, or even a 20 to 30-gallon bag of dirt and plants. And we could not ship them together because the dirt just smashes the plants. They got to be shipped separately. There's really no way around that. Well, there may be. But we're working on it. A double
that's
box kind of. Well, it would involve a double box. The problem with that is that it costs a great deal more to ship dirt by air than to ship plants by air because it goes by weight. So we ship the substrate and all dry goods by ground. It takes 3 to 4 days. It gets there safely. It doesn't matter how long they're in the box. And it's substantially cheaper, generally under $10 from one coast to the other. If we ship that same box second day air, it would be $75
wow.
for an 8-pound box of dirt. So it doesn't make sense to do that. Anyway, what we were looking at was how many people were buying plants and dirt at the same time. So we decided to try to tighten this up and make an offer to folks that would allow them to save some money. So we've come up with some package deals. For a small tank, we've already had this. You got a 10-pound bag of, or rather, a 2-pound, a 2-pound bag of soil, enough for 10 gallons, and you get a bag of stem plants. Now, normally that would be $140.
Mhm.
We're doing it for 119, I think. I think it's $20 off, which is enough to cover the cost of shipping. So, that amounts to free shipping, which is kind of basically what we've done. The same thing with each of the other 4 sizes, and we add more plants in. So for the mid-size, you get a stem plant and a small tank pack, a stem pack and a small tank pack, which is all rooted plants and the dirt. And I don't remember what the cost is, but it's about 15 to 20% savings. Same with the 55, same with the 75. You'll find all these in the store. Look for them under package deals. You will still get them if it's the larger. The 10 we can ship with the plants. The others we can. So it's still going to be 2 boxes. And we're trying to set this up so that the dirt will ship 2 days before the plants ship. That will ensure that you get the dirt and the plants within a day of each other. If you don't, if you get the plants 2 or 3 days ahead of the dirt, just all you have to do is float them in water. In fact, if you put a little sand in the bottom of that water and plant the rooted ones, they'll catch. It'll be much, much better and much safer. What you don't want to do is float a rooted plant in water for more than a day, because the roots can't tolerate light at all. Light burns roots. So stick it down in some sand. Just put an inch of sand in there. Doesn't need to have any nutrients in it. And just stick the roots down in there. And it'll be fine. It'll be good there until your dirt comes in and you're ready to plant them in your tank. We need to add that to our worksheet. So once we get back from Aquashella, which will be next week, we're going to rework some of these sheets. We're also going to do a fish sheet, a shrimp sheet, fish and shrimp sheet, fish and shrimp worksheet. So say that 10 times fast without being ugly.
I don't think it's possible.
Fish and shrimp, fish and shrimp worksheet. Fish and shrimp worksheet. Anyway, the new bundle. So that's the new bundle.
Oh, it looks like we got somebody waiting to come up. I just saw him.
Mark Toronto.
Mhm.
NT, hello, hello. What
Hi,
is it you're
guys.
looking
I'm so
Hi.
excited. I finally get to show you my tanks.
at? Oh, how wonderful.
Let me see if I can get this my
Oh, look at that.
camera
Bold
going right.
tank. Those
This
are
is
so, I love those tanks.
this
I
is my
really-
5-gallon.
It's the
Yeah.
only one class. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fatherfish plant.
Pretty.
And
Got a-
I have a snail in
You got
here,
the,
down here.
Yeah.
That's Casper.
I
And the
love
beta
the
is Chi.
he looks like a ghost, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty better.
I thought Chi was too pretty to be a boy, so I named him Chi. Like she.
I know. I do that all the time.
And Casper was so funny over the weekend. He got on this piece of bark and he was doing like a surf thing for about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
up and down and over. And then this is my 10-gallon tank.
Oh, how nice.
I finally got it. Yeah, I planted like the way that I want to.
Oh, I like it.
beautiful.
And yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm sorry, I gotta get this phone going right. Let's see.
It looks fine. Yeah.
I put this little green thing over the filter tube because my
Okay.
pleco was so small that I was afraid it was going to go right down in there.
No, they
it's-
can. They
yeah,
can and do. Yeah.
I didn't know if it would get hurt. It looked like it could get hurt.
Yeah. It's always good to try to cap those kinds of openings.
And this beta is named Giuseppe. Where's he at?
He's pretty
Yes.
too.
Giuseppe. There's another snail there. That one's Shelly Crash.
Oh, funny.
Shelly crashes a lot, but Shelly is a boy.
You named all your snails. Why not? Look at that.
Beautiful.
Pretty tank.
Thank you.
You've done a wonderful job.
This one over here, where to get back to it? How do I get back to it? Oh, this camera is silly. It's right here. That's a fatherfish plant too. Let me see if I can get it. There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I didn't get that too long
That's-
ago.
Bacopa, I think.
Thanks. So.
Nice.
Great big pine cone.
Nubius.
Yeah. a
That's
couple-
pine cone. Good deal.
Yeah.
Somebody brought a big bag of pine cones in today, so we're going to be doing botanicals with pine cones and hickory
There.
shell and whatnot.
I got some big ones right across the street. I've got another one that's a little bit bigger to put in my 29-gallon tank. And thank you for your answer on the beach sand because yeah, I was there the other day and I did see up higher, by the steps where people can come down, that
Right.
it was really dry.
Yeah. Where are you located?
In Washington State,
Oh, okay.
over by
Yeah,
Paulsboro.
should be some beautiful sand up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. That's what I just thought it was, I needed to use that.
Yep. Perfect.
So I'm glad anyway. I got to show you guys finally.
Oh, I am too. Good. It's very
I-
nice.
I
You've done
figured
a
it
Yeah, they
out.
are. I'm glad you got a chance to come up and join us.
Thank you. Thanks for all the info and all the videos. It's been so helpful. I
You
wouldn't
bet.
have even known to do this. I would have still had plastic plants or silk plants is what I was last
I
using.
know. Yeah.
And I just love it.
Few people, more and more people are doing it now. More and more YouTubers are featuring these kinds of plants. You know, there are a few of us, Lucas and MD, who have been doing this for years, and it's finally beginning to catch hold.
Yeah,
People are finally realizing they don't need to do a chemical soup to keep fish.
right. I love it. I just love it. So thank you so much
Well,
for all
thank
you
you.
do
Happy
and
to
all
meet
your
you.
lives. It's my meditation on Wednesday and Sundays to listen to you guys on your live and
Amen.
absorb everything I can. So thank you.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
God
Anyway,
bless. Bye
God
for
bless
now.
you too. Bye bye.
Thank Nice.
And we've got a question from Trey.
Leftover minerals are in your tank out the road. Okay. I'm drinking Taj.
Mhm.
If you have the tank heavily planted, the plants extract a certain amount of minerals directly from the water or directly from the soil that are precipitated into by the minerals in the water. Keep in mind that minerals in water don't, how can I say this? They don't combine with the water to form a different element or a different compound. They remain minerals in water. Their character doesn't change. They don't somehow merge with the water and become something different. Which means, because you can't see them, that they have become microscopic particles, which is why an RO system can work. Because an RO system is nothing more than filter material wrapped around and around and around hundreds of times around a tube with the water driven into it and sucked out through the middle. So all it's doing is filtering, but it filters down to a micron or less, to the tiniest particle imaginable. And in the process, filters out those minerals that are dissolved in the water. Well, they're not 100% dissolved. They're not dissolved to the point where they no longer exist. They're simply dissolved down to the tiniest of particles beyond which they can't dissolve anymore. There's not enough biological or environmental action to allow them to dissolve beyond that. Salt water can be put through desalinization, which is combination of evaporation and filtration. Evaporation and then filtration, or a combination of the two, renders the water without minerals, so called pure water. In a fish tank, the plants perform that function. They're absorbing minerals from the water to create the structure of their bodies. They're literally feeding on those minerals. You leave the water in there long enough, and it won't be able to support the life of the plant anymore. Which is why, with evaporation, we had the same water we started with. We had mineralized water. It's also why every 6 months or so, you really ought to do at least a partial water change. You may not have to, but it's not a bad practice. You just want to do about 10%. You never need to do more than a 10% water change in order to reestablish without stress the balance of minerals in the system, in your tank. Beyond that, and you can create stress. At that level, you do not create stress. When people lose fish from water changes, it's because they're putting way too much water in, taking way too much water out, and winding up creating an environment so radically different from what the fish have been in that they can't tolerate it. So you don't want to do that. Let's see, we had 2 people up. We now have 1. Jake Smith. Let's get Jake up here before we drive him off. There we go. Hi, Jake.
Hi, Father Fish. Hi, Dina.
Nice tag,
Hi.
Jake. Very nice.
From last week, I wanted to show you because I added my pleco from my tank at my parents' house, and he's decided that he wanted to make that very easy. Because he's
Yes,
right.
he is. Right.
So yeah, he's been really enjoying it. I wasn't really sure if he was gonna start uprooting plants just on accident or whatever, but it's not been too bad, to be honest. So he's got on quite well.
Yeah, looks good. Nice.
Yeah. He's about, I don't know.
Now that looks like a common pleco.
Yeah,
How large
means
is he?
he will get what? Pardon?
I was going to ask because I didn't know exactly what type he was because my mum has a
Well,
here's much longer.
Yeah,
thinner.
it's referred to as a common pleco. What it is it's a hybrid. He's very nice pattern of several different species of pleco. They come out of Florida, where they are harvested locally, mainly from the canals. Farmers buy the eggs from harvesters. They throw the eggs into a pond and hatch out, and within 30 days, they have a crop to sell. They're up to about an inch in the first month or so. So they're able to sell them rather quickly. So it's a very quick turnover, high octane, high volume market, which forms one of the foundation species for most fish farms. The problem is they get big. They get really big. That one's about 6 inches. That can grow to 4 foot.
Wow.
In that tank, it will get, once it gets past about a foot, it'll become problematic. At that point, you can put it in an outdoor pond. And
I'm not sure how he'd fare in an outdoor pond in the UK, mate. What do you think? It gets quite cold where I am.
Well,
in the winter,
you need to bring it in. Bring it in the winter. They breathe natural air, so you cannot suffocate them by putting them in a bucket, for example.
Okay.
In point of fact, if you leave them out of the water, they live for about 2 days before their organs dry out.
Oh wow.
They breathe air the same way a betta does. They're a labyrinth fish. They go to the top, they get a gulp of air, and 5 to 10 minutes later, they do it again.
Oh wow, because I knew my bichers, they did that, but yeah, I didn't
That's
know the
right. Bikers did that. All of the corridor catfish do that. All of the Cortostomus, all of the piranhas. There are many species of fish that are labyrinth fish. They breathe from the surface. Now that's different from a goldfish going to the top and gulping air. What they're doing is augmenting or supplementing because they is that a silver guard?
Yeah,
On the top?
yeah, there's 2. I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, we just got a few of them. Nice little fish.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he's good in there until he's not. Once he's not, then you need to rehome him or put him in a different kind of environment. But he's certainly doing fine as is. There's no reason to move him or do anything about it.
Yeah, so he was a good test for my. So I have an egg crate layer in this whole tank. So this whole tank has a whole. So I had to do a 6 foot by 3 foot egg crate sheet that sits.
Okay.
Each. So you got sand, egg crate, sand.
Good job. Yep.
So
makes perfect sense.
As you can see here, I don't know if you can quite see actually, but he's dug into there's a big crater there in the sand, and I think he's got to the egg crate and then given up because he can't get any further.
Exactly. So it's really an excellent fish, excellent system for fish that are diggers.
Yeah, because I've got one more fish to come in here, which I really don't know what's going to happen. I have one more fish in my parents' house, which is a Midas.
What's that? What is it?
It's a Midas cichlid, and it's big.
I've
had him for a lot of years, so I don't actually know what's going to happen when he goes in here. I have no idea.
I hope he doesn't throw the plants up. He shouldn't.
Yeah, I hope so. My plan was I can't leave him at my parents' house, so I've got a friend who will take him if it doesn't work out.
If it doesn't work out, well, that's good.
But there's no telling what he'll do because he's not been in a natural aquarium before. He's just only been in, the old system, canister filter, and all the rest of it. So.
Yeah, and that changes a fish's behavior.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really not sure. But yeah, he can't dig, but yeah, he might pull up the plant.
Yeah,
so,
But
yeah.
Very nice. Well, keep us posted on that. And when you get him, come on up and show us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have him this weekend. I did actually have one question.
Sure.
So with this tank, so it was custom built to fit on this island, and it has a warranty on it, but I have to keep the glass lids on the top closed. But they fully close on the top of the glass, so the light's going through a glass panel. So how does that affect the light going to the plants?
Not at all.
Is it completely fine? It doesn't block it?
Yeah, not at all.
All right, okay. That's good then. Okay.
Excellent.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Father Fish. Thank you, Dina.
Thank you so much, Jake. Nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah, good to see you. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. All right, let's get Benjamin up
real
here.
quick.
Yeah, what?
Well, I didn't realize we had somebody else up. I was gonna take a real quick break real quick.
Okay, go for it. I'm gonna get Benji up here. Hi, Benji.
Hey, Father Fish, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me again.
You're very welcome. I love your tank. Very nice.
Thank you. I thought I'd just give you an update from the other day. The tannins have gone crazy, but so has life. It's come to life.
Right. Well, tannins are never a bad thing. They can be unsightly, but they're like green water. It's a very healthy element to have in the water. It's just not always desirable.
Yeah, I actually like it. I got this guy the other day, a golden ram. He's absolutely
Nice,
beautiful.
nice. Is that a German ram is that
Yeah, I believe it's a German ram,
looks like it? Yeah,
and he's
probably
doing really good.
that'd be a female.
Yeah, she's doing
Yo-yo.
really good. Well, I might have to change the name because I called it Raymond. I thought it was a boy, so I might call it Raylene.
Look at the black spot in the middle. You'll see it has blue stars in it. It's blue
Yes.
stars in the night. That of the females have those stars in the black spot. The males do not. In the males, the stars surround the black. They don't actually show up in the black.
Well, that's
Kind
good
of
to know.
curious. Yeah, a little odd.
They're doing really good. They're all living in harmony. I'm just going to leave it now. I put some magnolia leaves as we spoke the other day, and I had some at the back.
Yeah. It's
So I
a
think
very healthy tank.
it's doing all right. I think I'm just gonna let nature do its thing now. I'm not gonna touch it or bother it.
Well, I think you're right. I think that's good. You got a nice variety of fish in there. You need to
Yeah.
get to know them. You know?
No, I think it's nicely stocked. I don't want to. I've got
I do
probably about
too.
40 tetras,
Yeah, I do too.
but I'll just.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I came up with this thing the other day. Before I let you go, I found it in the garage. It's just like a foam you get at the hardware store, to cover your gas piping in the back. So I just chuck it under at night just to dim the lights. Actually works $2, so it works really well.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get. So it's really good because you can just adjust the lighting. Because I haven't got a lighting that you can do it with buttons.
Right.
It's just a normal. Yeah. So
That's very
it
clever.
actually works. Yeah, I was going to ask, thanks, Father Fish. I really appreciate it. Just before I go, is Bug Bites pretty good? Like they seem to enjoy that. Is that not a bad brand?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't use it anymore because I use actual bugs. But
Yeah, yeah, true.
yeah, it's the next best thing. Yeah, it's a nice product.
Yeah, it seems pretty good with the ingredients compared to a lot of other commercial brands.
We do have, while we're on the subject, we have a new food that I've been promoting. It's a cool processed flake, which is something brand new on the market. Nobody else is carrying it yet.
Okay.
Flake food is normally processed with heat that dries out the moisture, but in the process kills off all the fatty acids and all of the real food value. So you wind up with this like dried leaf kind of flake that has very little food value.
Fantastic.
This new food is it's a flake, but it's, for one thing, it's much thicker than a regular flake. It has a wonderful aroma, and it has a shelf life. The old flake food, you could feed it 20 years from now, and so long as you kept moisture out of it, it would be fine. This stuff actually has a shelf life of about 3 months, and that's because it has moisture in it. So we keep it in the refrigerator in a closed container, but it's maybe one of the best foods I've ever fed. Everything eats it, and we've seen growth and color. We've been feeding it now for about a month, and we've seen, it's amazing stuff.
Oh, that's great. How can we get?
Yeah, we ought to be able to ship it. I think we're gonna look into into international shipping and see what we can actually do. Because there are a
Sounds
number
good.
of products that, if we could do it, I know people would enjoy. And that's
Yeah, that
certainly
seems
one of
really
them.
good.
We just need to
'Cause
figure out what's involved.
yeah, we'll just take your time and see what happens. I am a long way away. But I found some trumpet snails last night around, and I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. I usually would freak out until I researched and from
Yeah,
your channel and whatnot that they're pretty cool to have in the tank as
they
well.
really are. Yeah, they really are. Lovely
Okay.
day. It'd be nice to see those plants really jumping up and filling the
I've got,
tank.
yeah,
Oh,
I've got the
Lord.
Amazon swords in there and some
Yeah,
moss.
they'll get big.
Um, I don't think I need to add any more plants for yet. I'm just going to let nature do its thing for the next few months and see
Yeah,
what
I think it
comes.
looks fine. I agree.
Beautiful. Well, lovely
Nice.
to chat again, Father Fish, and I'll catch up with you in the next few weeks. And God bless you guys, and look after yourselves.
Thank
God
you,
bless you.
Benjamin. God bless.
See you.
I love that piece of driftwood that he has in there. That is beautiful.
Nice, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, what are we doing here? It's about almost 7:30. Look at that.
It is.
Time's moving on.
Oh, it has been.
What do we got for a question? Megan. Megan is carrying on here. What is she all about?
Oh, she's posting the links to the plants.
Oh, the
The
flake.
paper.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Nice.
this one is for the food. Yeah.
That's a flake. Yeah. And what's this?
Patreon.
All right. Yeah, this is going to be a big deal. We have finally figured out how to provide a real benefit to folks who join Patreon. Basically, you're going to get premier viewership of all new videos, and you get a 10% discount in our Shopify store. So that'll be a big deal. We're excited about that. In order for people to be able to keep their membership badge, we're going to continue the minimum donation to YouTube, which will be a wash. YouTube takes 35% of every dollar you donate to a creator. 35%. There are many large companies that refuse to have YouTube channels for that very reason. And there are many large channels that strongly recommend their supporters to make their support through either Patreon or some other means of donation, like PayPal, because it's so usurious.
Yeah, it
That
is.
means that, yeah, you know what usurious means?
Yeah,
Funny word.
it is.
All right. So that's not done yet, but it's in the works. We have a new editor who we met right here a couple of weeks ago. He's a young man from South Africa, lives in Pretoria, which I discovered in researching that Pretoria is the second most violent, crime-ridden city in the
Wow.
world.
I never knew that.
Venezuela, one of the cities in Venezuela being the first, although that's a portable piece that kind of goes between Venezuela and Brazil and Mexico and then back again. Looks like things are going to get straight in Venezuela pretty quick here now. So that's going to make a big difference to the whole of South America,
Oh, it
or
will.
to get the criminal cabals out of there.
Mhm.
In any case, I haven't had a chance to talk to Dwayne about that to find out how come he lives there. In, but it must be he's a he's a young man, I think early 30s. So he's full of vim and vinegar and able to take care of himself. But obviously, I would assume he doesn't have a family there. I don't know, but he's doing an amazing job. He's on a big learning curve because a lot of what we do is new to him. But boy, is he picking up fast. It's
Yeah.
just it's going to be very impressive. We're real excited to have him on board.
Yeah, he's very good at music too. He's actually him and his wife sent me something today. It was really
Oh,
nice.
nice. Greg,
Hey,
look at this. Look at this.
gorgeous.
Hello.
Wow. Wow. Now there's the ultimate glow tank.
Yes.
Mercy.
Yep. This is a 75-gallon.
Wow.
I love that setup. And I
That's
love those
pretty.
pink fish.
That's pretty. I need to get some of those angels. I don't know why they haven't been available.
Well, that's kind of what I came up. I got a question about these angels. Y'all seen this pair that I've had forever. And then last week I was at the pet store and there was a lady closing out her tank and she had all these glowfish and they offered them to me and I took them because they had 3 angels in with it.
Wow.
So there's 3 small
Oh, I
angels.
see them. Yeah.
This one here, he's the biggest one of the bunch, but I'm
Right.
pretty sure all of these was in the same group. My pet store hasn't got too many of these glow
Yeah.
angels here.
Right.
And
Nobody
I
does.
think these are stunted. They've got really big eyes for their
Well,
size.
you'll know in a month or two. Uh, uh, you should stunting is a funny thing with fish with cichlids. It's a temporary condition.
Awesome.
They
I was
can be
hoping you'd tell me
reversed.
something.
It occurs in nature. Have you noticed when in a hatching of a cichlid hatching where there may be 1,000 babies, and you start raising them, and some of them grow real fast and others grow real slow. Well,
Okay.
there's a reason for that. It's it it's a genetic characteristic having to do with the protection of the species. So that if during that early phase of the baby's life, if the food runs out, the big ones are going to die off, but the little tiny ones won't. They'll be able to survive that because they'll find just enough to keep going, or more of them will, until the food returns and they're then able to grow. So they may be stunted for a period of time, but the reality is, given a better food supply, that they will begin growing again. So I would expect that would happen
Well, I
with
think
those.
this lady had the 3 angels and all the tetras in a 20 high aquarium.
Right.
And I've had these for almost a year, and I really believe that those were in the same batch.
Well, they are stunted, no question. But
Yeah.
that's not that. All I'm saying is that's not necessarily a permanent condition.
And are they? I've been having trouble getting these 2 to spawn. They keep cleaning the cone and acting like they're going to spawn, but they never do. And so I was hoping out of these 3, maybe I could get somebody that's willing, but wasn't sure if being stunted would have a problem with genetics or if they would
Well,
be able to.
no. No, they'll have to get bigger. They're still juvenile.
Okay.
They haven't matured. They're not stunted in the way we normally think about that. They are
Okay.
arrested in their development.
Okay. I'm
That's a
following.
better way to understand it.
And so okay. Hopefully, because I've been pouring the food to them, and they've been eating like little pigs. You can see they're very
Well,
fat.
you will see growth, and it looks like you're going to see a better color too. Those two definitely have a lot more red in them.
They're very pink. That's for sure.
Yeah, pretty fish.
That they are.
Well, that was a great find.
It was. It really was. The pet store didn't have room for them. The lady was wanting to turn them in, and they're like, "Here, you know."
Wow,
And,
nice.
and really, the only reason I took them, it was a package deal, and it had those other three angels because, you know, I like glowfish, but I'm not that big a fan
Well,
of
it's
them.
a great, yeah, it's a wonderful mix.
I love them now that I have them. You know, I
You're
like they look
right.
great.
Yeah, they do.
I really like the
Yeah,
yellow
the
ones.
glaze really set off the angels. It makes a really pretty display. Nice.
All right, well, I'm back on out of here. That's the main thing I want to do is ask that question, and appreciate y'all
bet.
having me up. Love what
Thanks,
y'all do. See
Greg.
you next time.
I love it. Bye.
I love his new tank. That is very nice.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we've got a question
Ugh.
from Starwire.
Sure. Plants like swords, water lettuce, Madagascar lace cause more algae in the tank since the leaves are constantly being replaced. No. You're talking about two different things. The leaves being replaced obviously creates more detritus, but more waste in the tank. But that's not what causes algae. What causes algae is inadequate higher order, an inadequate volume of higher order plants based on available nutrients. And the nutrient in particular is nitrates. So nitrates and phosphates, for that matter, are at a given level. The plants need to absorb 80 to 90% of that, and typically do. If they don't, then there's enough there to be able to provide nutrients to algae. The algae does not absorb nutrients as effectively as rooted or stem plants do. So they get it first. And whatever is left over, the algae gets. Now, if you don't have rooted and stem plants, then the algae's got a banquet. It's just a free for all. There's no competition. But the stem plant and the rooted plants and the anubias and all the other sedentary plants are competition for algae, which is one of the very best ways to control algae, which is simply to have a welter of plants in there. Now, there are some caveats with that. The main one has to do with light. You can have an excess of light in a very heavily planted tank and wind up with string algae or algae growing on the plant, slime algae. That's a function of excess light. What the excess light does is that it allows for greater photosynthesis than would otherwise be the case. And the algae then is able to benefit from that and absorb more of the nutrients out of the water than it would otherwise be able to. So it increases photosynthesis, but in the process creates an environment in which algae are able to thrive in a heavily planted environment. So that's one of the caveats. It matters then to control light. And if you find yourself in that situation where your light has simply been too intense, usually it takes upward of a month for that to really begin to set in hard. If you'll turn the light off, cover the tank, and leave it in the dark for 2 to 3 days, all that algae will die off. And the plants won't. The plants won't be affected by it. So you can take it off, put the light back on at a lower rate, lower lumens, lower aluminum, lower lumens, which will reduce the incidence of algae. So fascinating stuff. But in and of itself, those species of leaves are not causing algae. There are other factors that are much more significant. All right, what else we got here?
Oops, sorry, we was clicking at the same time. Hopefully we both clicked the same one.
Jatan Chabra. And India, follow your 14 supplement list. Sand camp, lots of plants. Created a 3-foot tank. Now, what steps should I follow? Especially regarding fish, stick to minimum water change. So what has he got? He's got the supplements, the sand, lots of plants, in a 3-foot tank, about a 40-gallon tank probably. Start putting fish in right away. And just do it slowly. Do a few fish, wait a week. If they're doing well, you can add a few more. And this is your tank. You experiment with who and what you want living in it. That's your call. That's what it's there for you to be the gardener, for you to be the farmer. That is your role, to select the animals that you want to care for, that you want to have on your farm, your little aquatic farm. It's one thing to ask people for ideas, but ideas are just ideas. And ideas, I can sell you 1,000 ideas for a nickel and get rich. They ain't worth much. It's the practical application of doing something that counts.
It's so true.
All right. What else we got here?
Well, we've got a question from Old Fashioned Whiskey.
Wish people who make videos when you actually research first. I know. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen it happen. I mean, it happens routinely. Somebody will watch a 5-year-old video. They'll watch it. If it's a 15-minute video, they'll watch about 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get the hook. They got the hook and oh my God, did he say that? Oh, and they get off quick. They shut it down and they got to make a video. I got to talk about this. Nobody understands it. Father Fish is a fraud. Oh my God, look at this. Everybody's being duped. You've been deluded. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you the truth because I watched the first minute of that old video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did he say madness? The man is mad. He's mad. Mad calling it. For what else is to define madness but to be nothing else but mad? Mad
That's
little
about the way they do it too.
mad
That was a
little
good impression.
and thus remains to find the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect. For this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains. And the remainder thus. Look what he does. Look, he's got dirt in this tank. Dirt. Puts dirt in this tank. Dirt. Think of it. Just think of it. What we have spent
Say that to me before.
hours and days, weeks, months, years getting rid of dirt. And he's dumping dirt into this fish. It makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh my God. This father fish, he's a fraud. I know it. I knew it from the beginning. I told you so. I told you, and you didn't listen to me. And now look at your tank. It's got all kinds of stuff growing in it. What an ugly mess that is. My God. It ain't clean. It's messy. You got fish sweat all over the place. What a mess.
Sweat.
Lord.
From now on, anytime a troll comments, I'm gonna read it in that tone in my head. I know I'm gonna hear it. That's how I'm gonna read it.
Really?
Oh man.
We need a short.
Right?
That would do 1 million views.
It
That'll
probably
do
would.
1 million views. The snail one did. Remember that?
Right?
The snail
Right.
lady? Just like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Dwayne, get on it. Jennifer, get on it. All you people out there doing shorts, do that. And we're gonna call it Father Fish's Mad. Million views.
It probably will, no joke.
Oh, glory.
And then we've got one more question from John Tucker.
Should you worry about trapping gas top of the water service? If you have an airline that's delivering air to a filter or an air stone, then that air is circulating out. It's not sealed in. If you're opening the lid to feed, that air is not trapped in there. If you have a little corner notched out to feed or for airlines or whatever, it's not trapped in there. The best solution is always to have a filter. I'm firmly committed to having a sponge filter in every tank. Now, don't put it in little jars, although I could. I've got some little teeny tiny sponge filters. I don't fool with it because it's a bother. But I have sponge filters in every single tank, bar none, all of them. And that's one of the primary reasons is it keeps the water flowing, and just as importantly, it keeps the air above the water flowing. Because I do cover my tanks. And by doing that, I'm not trapping air in there. I'm rather allowing the air to circulate. So yeah, really good question. Very solid question. Thank you, John, for that. Duncan is here. Let's see what Duncan's all about.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hey. Hello. I've been here before a couple times, normally under the name Pam John Pam Hat, but I'm Duncan today.
Well, it's nice to
What
have
you got there, Duncan?
So this is, I bought some Father Fish supplement from the Facebook the eBay store in Australia, and this is my attempt to set it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got like an inch of the substrate with the supplement. I went a bit overboard with the sand, I fear.
It looks okay.
I have a question.
You
It's
bought
okay.
this supplement in Australia, right?
Yeah, I bought it from eBay from the link from the Discord.
Oh, okay. So it came from someone in Australia
Yeah.
who's fabricating it there. Good. I wasn't sure they were still in business. I'm glad to hear they
Yeah,
are.
they were out for a while. I've been checking back and forth, and yeah, they just come in. So this is my attempt.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I have a question though.
Good.
So I put some
Yeah.
baby swordtails in it as my little fish, and they've been
Yeah.
in here for about a week. They're cruising. Now, I wonder if I could put their mother in there with the boys, or if that would be too much because she's very big.
Well, I would just try it and see. Why don't you
Yeah.
pull some of that valve out of there and put it in that tank?
Yeah.
You have an abundance of it in there, and it'll help in that new tank.
Yeah. I have a problem when I plant the valve in the new tank. The little plecos that I put in here, they love to just knock it out. So I planted like maybe 30 of them in like a little shower caddy in the
Okay.
water.
Yeah.
And then I've just been transplanting them as their roots get really long.
Yeah. Put
But
some
I've been
longer
planting,
ones. Put some of
some
the
longer ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can
Does it
put-
matter if I plant them too deep, like with the valve?
It does.
Yeah.
You don't
So
want
how
to get
deep
them down.
to?
You don't want to get them into the dirt because the
Yeah.
dirt is still new enough that there's enough chemical activity going on there to burn the
Yeah.
roots.
Okay. So if I pull some of these and just make sure they're just in the sand.
Yeah, right. In an older tank, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, these guys, these have been living for quite some time.
Exactly. Right,
Um,
right.
Yeah. And then I've got some swords over here, which they've been in here for like months now.
Your tanks look
I
really
wonder.
nice. I really like them.
Yeah, this is my I ignore this one. The plecos, there's maybe like 30 of them in here, and they're pretty chill. Like they vibe.
So they were
There's a
born,
little. Pardon?
were they born in there?
Yeah, these ones were born. This one here that's a little bit bigger, he wasn't born in there, but the ones at the back there that are a little bit smaller, they were born in there. That one there.
Nice.
And yeah, they just cruise pretty much. The numbers do dwindle. Like they're a bit territorial. I think they fight each other a bit. But other than that, it's pretty peaceful in this little tank. It's only 150 liters.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I'll
Nice.
take some Val out of this tank. I worried about taking too much out of this and crashing it. Is that just
Well,
not
I
something?
agree. Just a
Mm.
little bit. Maybe what's
Yeah.
right in the front. It'll
Yep.
give you
Thank you.
those couple of clumps right there in the front.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Right.
And I guess if I see a crash or something, I can chuck some floaters or something in there for a bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Looking good.
Cool.
Looking good.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I'll let someone else jump in. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the guidance.
Bye-bye for
See you.
now.
Bye-bye.
Definitely seen a lot of nice tanks tonight.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
That we have.
Oh, boy. What's next? You see, I found my sign.
Yeah, you did.
Did, right. I've been looking for it. Actually, I've had it at the house. Is the camera crooked? That sign looks good. Yeah, it is a little. There's no straightening it out, though. There, I did it. Sort of.
Yeah, it kind of has a mind of its own, that one.
I'm slouching. Ah,
Hey, if you want me to fill up time, I can go get Dean's phone and show off my tanks if you want me to.
absolutely. We got about 10 minutes. Why don't we do that?
Okay, sounds good.
Let's see. Baby angels since beginning of the year, still small about the length of guppies. Yeah, that's inadequate food. But the fact that they're alive and healthy is a sign that you're not starving them. You're simply not providing that excess food that'll give them significant growth. They're guppies. The length of guppies in 7, 8 months, that's really not bad. That's like an inch, inch and a half. I mean, they can grow faster, certainly, but I would not say they're starving. That's pretty in nature. That would be pretty normal growth. Fish rarely have an excess of food. Typically, it's they do a lot of work for the calories that they're able to find. So that's not bad growth, not at all. Altabib, Christian. What else we got here? Cinnamon Girl. Oh yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I really want to get a bunch of those angels and get them breeding. I really like it. Mostly, I'm not crazy about glowfish. I always thought the very best fish to make a glowfish from would be a betta. And then I saw one and I was less than impressed. It looked ugly to me. My idea of what it would be involved iridescence, and there was nothing that was iridescent about that glow betta. So I kind of gave up on the notion. But now these red, and I'd like to see a green angel. That would be
that would
pretty
be
cool.
A
Wouldn't
green
it?
angel? Yeah. That would be beautiful.
What do we got here?
Well, actually, hopefully this works and there's no echo. Yep, there's echo. Hopefully now there's no echo. Well, you guys
No
can see
echo.
my paintings, I
That's
guess.
fine.
I'm all over the place with this thing. But this
Well,
is
look at
what
this. Isn't that pretty?
I figured before I trimmed it, because I was going to trim it today, but I figured I'd show everybody just how fast
Wow.
mint grows, because
That's
this is
amazing.
regular garden mint.
Wow.
Turtles love it.
Wow. That's really impressive.
But it's definitely growing in fast. I mean,
Huh.
fast.
It looks great too.
And you can see it's all the way up to the light. You can't see
Yeah.
the filter. The filter is back here. It's actually a waterfall.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I just wanted to show that off before I go through and trim everything, because I'm going to trim all the mint down with a branch out bush here, and then trim the aluminum plant and do some replanting.
Wow.
Got 2 plants that I'm not even sure what is. This just popped up out of nowhere.
Huh.
They do a little bit more work on the sand bed for the turtles. Actually,
Yeah.
she's interested. She's coming over here. Come on.
Look at
They got
this.
started where they will climb up here to eat. I started feeding them up here instead of in
Oh,
the
cool.
and they've learned that they can come up here. She's not as brave as the boy. The boy, he's way braver. He'll come up here, sit, bask. Her, she's too shy. She's a little skittish. Actually, it looks like we've got somebody waiting in line, so I'm going to jump out. And thanks for letting me show my tank.
Okay, you bet, Dina. Let's see. Joseph.
Hey,
Hi.
Father Fish.
Hi, how are
y'all?
you?
Good. How are both of you?
Good.
Nice. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. I thought I'd put my face up first so you could see who's usually on there making comments.
Good to put a face with a voice. You bet.
Definitely.
Hey, I've got a problem with my 55-gallon tank that I'd like to talk to you about.
Sure.
Okay, it's a dirted tank. I've had it up and running now for 3 months that way. I've added plants. I've had to do multiple water changes a week because I've had bacterial blooms, but I finally got that under control. Now I'm having a problem keeping algae off everything. I've tried blacking the tank out for a couple days. That didn't do much except to kill off a lot of my swords. I kind of expected swords to lose some leaves anyway, but they kind of got wrecked. I have some of the easy plants like water wisteria, and it started out as a healthy bunch, and I separated it and planted it sparsely around the back of the tank. Most of those are gone now, but I've got about 4 good stems that are growing so well that they're starting to come up out of the water.
Can you show us the tank, Joseph?
You betcha. I'll take you over to it now. Okay. Here's the tank.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of algae in there, isn't it? Can you hear me?
Did we lose you?
We lost his audio.
Yeah, it looks like his camera may have froze too.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
That looks to me like it's too much light. It's well planted, and all of the green means that it's a healthy tank. I think it's getting too much light.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
Joseph, try to come back up or come on up Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it would be better if you got on the Discord on our show because we'll be able to spend time with you there and really go through this in detail and look at exactly how you're caring for the tank and what's in it and so forth. It looks to me like it's going to be a very simple fix. I don't think it's a big complicated problem. I think there are a couple of simple things that you can do that are going to resolve the issues. When you talked about having to do water changes because of bacteria, I doubt that that's what it was. And I doubt that the water changes were helpful in the long run because they likely created a stressful environment. He's back.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think there's anything dramatically wrong with that tank. It's getting too much light. You need to reduce either duration or the strength. You could start by reducing duration. How long do you leave it on now?
6 hours.
Okay, I would cut it back to 4.
Okay.
You need to get control of the algae, and that's the best way to do that.
Okay. Would you suggest I add narites or shrimp to it now? Anything that would help to?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. Narites would be good. Shrimp would too. That'd be a great shrimp tank, actually.
Okay,
I
good.
would do both. I would do both.
Okay.
I think
Anything?
that'll help. Do you have any fish in there at all?
No, not yet. I was wanting to get everything under control and get it
Well, here's the problem with that. You cannot get it under control unless you have fish in it.
Okay.
In other words, all you've got is plants. They don't feed off of themselves or off of each other. So you've got a situation that it's very lopsided, which means it can't balance. So you need fish in there. the shrimp and snails are a really good idea. I think they'll do well in there. They'll find lots of nutrient. They'll get it cleaned up, and they'll also be able to provide the kind of nutrients that the plants really need. I don't think
Okay.
it's not an unhealthy plant, an unhealthy tank. It is a very healthy tank. And the algae proves that because algae is a plant. It's just not a desirable one. So
Okay, well,
I think,
that's encouraging. Any
yeah.
other type of fish, like a group of cories or any
Well,
other
you can
cleanup
do
crew?
that. Yeah, you can do Cory, sure. Try to get some pygmies if you can, or smaller ones. You don't want them eating your baby shrimp because you want to get that shrimp population
Okay.
exploding in there. But nerids are a good idea. You can do mystery snails as well. They'll do a good job too.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
come on back.
I've seen
And,
nerids on your
yeah, we
I've
have
seen
nerids.
nerids on your site.
We have those. We have
Yeah. And
mysteries as well. And we do have
okay,
shrimp.
good.
So we got them all.
All right. All right. Should I add any other kind of plant at all to it?
Well, you can if you want to. Probably jungle val would be a good one. You don't
I
have
tried
any
that.
in there,
I
did you?
tried that. It melted away. In fact, that's the reason I have the air stones over there to give it some flow. And over
Well,
here,
just leave it for now. Let's try to get it balanced.
okay.
I would recommend that you join us in the show, where we'll be able to spend more time with you.
All right.
We've got folks over there who will spend the time working with you to really get into the finer details of what's going on. I can give
Okay.
you a
Well,
quick overview, not much more. But
yeah,
I would say
we'll do.
it's not a sick tank. I think it's a healthy tank.
Well,
It
good.
just out of balance. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. That's encouraging. Well, thank
You
you.
bet. You bet. Thank you, Joseph.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Are we there? We're there.
Yeah, we're there.
We did it. We
Yep.
did it. We did it. Uh-oh.
As they swim about their
Oh, look where we are. Oh, my.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
little
my.
fishies,
We
as
get
they
to
swim
sing.
about their home. When the
Where the
sunlight
sunlight
shines
shines
upon
upon
them,
them,
and their
and the
colors
colors
begin to
begin to
glow
glow
high,
high,
and
and
drawn
drawn
into
into
a
a
world
world
where
where
my
my
heart
heart
longs
wants
to
to
go.
go.
I
I
imagine
imagine
scenes
scenes
of
of
beauty
beauty
and
and
feel the
feel the
warmth
warmth
of
of love.
love. I
I
love
love
my
my
little
little
fishes
fishes
as
As
they
they
swim
swim
about
about
at
their
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 home.
home.
I have
I've
I traveled
traveled the
the
world
world,
over,
but
but
never
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 found
found
the
the
I
peace
not
peace
see nothing.
that
I
comes from
never watched
watching
it
from
from
my
my
fishes
that
fishes.
there
as
now.
they
As they
swim
swim
about
about
their
their
home.
Man,
My
does I
heart is happy
happy
and
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 I
I
am
am
content
content
to
to
sit
sit
and
and
watch them
watch
swim.
them sing.
I
When
will
will
not
not
will
be
I
be
be alone
alone while these
while these
fishes are
fishes
in
are
my
in my
home.
home?
When the
When the
sunlight
sunlight
shines
shines
upon
upon
them
them,
and their
and their
colors
colors
begin
begin
to
to
glow
glow
high,
high
and
and
drawn
drawn
into a
into a
world
world
where my
where
heart
heart
longs to
longs to
go.
go.
I
I
imagine
imagine
scenes
things
of
of
beauty
beauty
and
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 feel the
feel the
feel
warmth
warmth
the
of
of
warmth
love.
of
love.
love.
I
I
love
Love
my
my
love
little
little
you.
fishes
fishes as
Wow,
as
they
they
wow,
swim
wow.
swim
about
about
their
their
home.
home.
Well, good night, all. Love you all.
Good night. Love y'all.
Have a wonderful week. See you. See you. See you at Acapella. We'll be
Oh
back
yeah.
here Sunday. Come on back. We're gonna have fun next Sunday. Like we always do. Ah, all right. God bless you all. for now. Can't get to the bottom of it.
There's a lot of them.
Good night, all.
Night.